Evil is stirring in Mordor. The ring has awoken. Sauron needs only this ring to cover all the lands of darkness.
What must I do?
The ring must be destroyed.
Cast back into the fires of Mount Doom.
Just like the video you just watched, you can make Studio Ghibli into books, comic books that you can sell on Amazon. So you can see that on Amazon, the books range from $20 to about $49. And then you can also make short movies that you can post on YouTube. On YouTube, lots of these movies make about $1 million plus and above. And these people are earning money on a daily basis, creating things that you can create with just your smartphone. We are going to be using Chatgpt, and the first thing we want to do is to convert our pictures to Studio Ghibli. So now I'm going to import my video into Chatgpt, and I'm going to paste a prompt that is going to tell Chatgpt exactly how I want it to create my Studio Ghibli image using my facial description and everything I have on about this image. So if you don't want to do this part, you can skip on to the next part. But if you intend on making your videos into Studio Ghibli, then this is definitely for you. So once I'm done pasting the prompt will be in the description box, so you don't need to be worried about getting it. So once I'm done with that, it's going to start trying to create my image into a Studio Ghibli image. Bear in mind that this might take a little while, and I'm using the free version, so I'm not paying a dime. So my picture is ready, and this looks exactly like me, just in a Studio Ghibli kind of format. It looks amazing actually. So I'm going to go ahead and upload more of my pictures, just one of my pictures. Let me see if it does anything different or if it's just going to maintain what I asked it to do. So I'm going to go and upload that picture. So once my picture is loading up, as you can see on the screen, I'm going to paste in the same prompt I used in turning my picture into a Studio Ghibli image. So I'm going to paste that prompt and send it as well, and just wait for the results. The results may vary depending on what you write in your prompt, so that is one thing you should know. Prompting is quite important when you're trying to create with AI. So now this is my image, and this looks amazing. This looks exactly like me. I love it. I love the outcome. Now to the part that you all have been waiting for, I used Chatgpt to create a prompt. I told it to create a prompt for me that I can use to create a movie. So this is what I often do because I don't know how to do machine language. So I often tell Chatgpt to create a prompt for me. So now I will copy the prompt, and I will go back to the template I used, the section I used to create my Studio Ghibli images, and I'm going to paste that prompt because I just want to maintain the same spot for creating Studio Ghibli, because it uses a kind of last memory so that it just continues creating that type of quality for me. So now I'm saying create pages of a comic book using the information. So I'm going to say you should use this information, this prompt I'm giving it, you should use it to create different pages of a comic book, because I want this comic book to maintain this Studio Ghibli effect. So when you're talking to AI, just remember that AI is not human. You really have to explain what you want to the last detail. So now I'm going to paste in that prompt that Chatgpt itself created for me. Remember that I'm going to keep this in this description box, so you don't need to bother. You just need to pay attention, see how I did it before you continue. So now I have imputed that prompt. I'm just waiting for it to generate the pages of this comic book that I want. So I'm going to wait. You need to be patient when you're doing this. So it has created this page for me, but the pages does not have like speech involved, so it's just like people with expression and things like that. But I want my comic book to have words in it, because that is the purpose of a comic book at the end of the day. So I will still go ahead and tell Chatgpt So I started typing create more pages to the character's thoughts written in a text box. So I'm just going to wait it to regenerate so that these pages will have words in it, because that is the purpose of a comic book at the end of the day. So this is absolutely perfect. This is perfect because the images are talking, the characters are expressing themselves with words. But you can see that it said I've reached your image creation limit, which means that I can't create more images for today because I'm using the free version. But I have a hack around this, and you will see that in a bit. Now, for me to be able to create more images without paying or without subscribing to OpenAI's whatever, I'm just going to go ahead. I will download the images that I've already created. Once I'm done downloading them, I'll set them aside, and then I will log out of this account because I need to use another account. So I'm still downloading the first one. So once it's done downloading, now the next thing I need to do is to log out of the account. Something I love about Chatgpt is that you can use multiple emails to log in. So once I log out of this, I'm going to sign in back with another Gmail account or with another email account. It doesn't stop you from using multiple email accounts. So if you know you don't want to subscribe yet, or you're still testing waters, you're not sure what you want to do, it's very important that you don't subscribe yet until you found an hack around all of this and you've made sure that this is what you want to do going forward. So now I'm going to log back in with another account, and I'll upload those images I created from the first account just to give this account like an idea of what I was doing or where I'm heading with my creation and things like that. So once I've uploaded those two images, I'm going to say, okay, create a continuation for me using this prompt I'm giving you. I've created this first image, I've created the second image. Now I want you to create a continuation for these stories. I've given it the images I've already created, so it kind of knows where it will start in the continuation for me. I talk to AI like a child because I want to spell out every single detail to it so it doesn't make any mistake and I don't like the result at the end of the day. So I say create a continuation for this story with the information. So I'm going to impute that same prompt I used to create all of this image, the prompts that I used for this story, the story prompt. Another way you can create story prompts is by creating a scene after scene. That is very important as well, but for the purpose of this is just a tutorial. I don't want to start creating scene after scene images, but if you want to create a movie out of this, it's important that you create the prompts for scene after scene. So I've imputed that prompt. Now I'm going to just go ahead and send it in. So while I wait for it to create the continuation for this story, it's saying, oh awesome, and it created like a scene after scene for me rather than the images itself. So it created words for me on what is happening in the next scene without creating the image. So I'm going to say create the Ghibli style images for each page. So I don't want you to tell me what is happening in the next scene. I want you to actually create an image that will represent each scene as you have listed it above. So once I send that, I will wait patiently for it to start generating these images for me. So now the image, you can see that it has started loading up images after images, and I can't really wait to see what it has in store for me, because at the end of the day, this is something I can turn into a lucrative business, post them on Amazon KDP, make money out of it. So if it's something that I can continue to do for a long time, I really appreciate it. Now ChatGPT is done creating, so it created the images from scratch, like from the beginning again. But I love the images because now it has created each scene after scene, so you can keep doing it for any comic book you're trying to create. Now you can create your characters as well from scratch. If you want your character to look a certain way, you can just test ChatGPT. Thank you for watching. I hope that you try this out and you make money out of it. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I beg you to subscribe to my channel so that you'll be notified when I drop more videos like this. Thank you for watching.